Good evening, everyone, from myself and little Rio over in the corner. Alive with a difference. This is the first of my many over in the corner. Alive with a difference. This is the first of my many lives where I will be doing every Wednesday spiritual health, wellness and beauty tips. So tonight it's natural hair care. We all love our hair. Hello everyone. Now just let me share out this live to some of my hello everyone. Hello. Thank you. You're more than welcome. Come on in. Okay. Now, I have just shared this. Okay. Now, I have just shared this out. So, we're going to be talking tonight about natural hair care, right? How many of us here wish they had better hair condition, right? How many here have maybe had more hair in the hairbrush, for example, than they have on their head, right? We brush our hair and there's more hair either in the brush, down the plug hole or down the shower drain, wherever, right? Maybe we keep getting split ends. How many of us suffered like that? Hello, Isa. Oh, no problem. You can ask anything you like. Yes, it is an African grey parrot. I have two of them, but only one comes and does the live with me. The other one stays in the lounge with his dad, with my fiance. They would just create havoc if they were in here together. But this one here is Mummy's boy. And what we were finding every time I went live, this little guy would cry for me. Or he would just go up and down his cage. He just wouldn't settle. So we tried bringing him on my live with me. And so luckily his cage is on wheels, so he goes everywhere. So when I'm doing my live, this is now my little sidekick. This is Rio. Oh, you know, 18's quite young for an African grey. This one's about, well, we don't know how old Rio is. My mum got him when second hand. His first owner was an elderly lady who had Rio and a little dog. And I think as she was getting older, she found it difficult to have Rio because she was more worried that, you know, African greys can live up to 80-year-old. So she was worried that she would pass before Rio and nobody would look after Rio. So she advertised them. My mum already had the other African grey parrot, so who had just lost its mate, which was a red lorry parrot. So she thought, I'll get Rio for Rocky and keep them company. And my mum had them Rio for about 20 odd years. Same with Rocky. We don't know how old Rocky is. Rocky was abused when he was younger, so he was a rescue bird, and my mum took him in. And then when my mum passed in 2009, my stepdad was going to get rid of them because he hated them, and I just couldn't see them leaving the family. So I inherited my mum's birds, and they've been with me since 2009. So yeah, but this one's very much a mummy's boy. So he's quite settled, unless he's playing with his ball sometimes. Oh, bless. That can happen. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Lucy. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, because it's not a readings night tonight, if anyone does want to join me on camera, they can. Just if it's easier for them to ask questions throughout the live. I deliberately didn't brush my hair because I want to show you the hairbrush that I use, why I use it, and you know, that we're going to go through different products. Are you damaging your hair? So the first question I'm going to ask you all, how many of us here use either a plastic brush or comb or a metal one? How many use plastic brushes and metal brushes or combs? It's just out of curiosity. Okay, a wet brush and use, plastic brush. Okay, hello Richard. Okay, so we've got one plastic brush. We've got a wet brush, which is wood. Hello, hello Susie. So Susan's just joined us. Susan, I've just asked the question, how many of us use plastic or metal combs and brushes? I.e., the bristles of their brush are plastic. Okay, Susan's got a plastic brush. Richard uses a ball brush. Wise man, wise man. Richard uses a ball brush. Okay. What if I told you that metal brushes and plastic brushes damage your hair? Right? What if I told you that if you use those brushes and combs, one, your hair's going to be tuggy every time you use it. Two, plastics are chemicals, right? Why would you want to put a plastic bristles through your hair, right? Or even on your scalp, right? So plastic, and not just that, plastic brushes waste away, or they break easy, or the bristles break, etc. And what do we do with a plastic brush? We throw it in the trash, right? Or we put it in recycle, thinking, well, it's plastic, they'll recycle it, right? Most recycle companies and councils, if they saw a plastic brush in the bucket, they would think, right, okay, this has been somebody's hairbrush, it's had brushed hair or whatever. They wouldn't recycle it. They would put it in landfill because they would see it as a contaminated plastic. So, with all the good intention in the world, you're thinking, well, my plastic brush is getting recycled. No, it's not. Ends up in landfill. And your plastic brush will sit in the earth for 500 years before it even starts to decay. And those chemicals are polluting the earth for 500 years. Now think about all of the plastic hairbrushes in the world that we use and throw away. How many here with plastic or metal brushes find that when they brush their hair, there's a heck of a lot of hair left in the brush that they're always having to comb the hair out of the brush. Or this brush, or this hair going down the plug hole. Hello, Diane. Yeah, it's, you know, it is just crazy. We trust councils to put our plastics in recycle, right? And we wash out our tins, we wash out our plastic bottles, and we put them in the recycle bin. But here's the thing, not everybody washes out their plastics before they put it in the recycle bin, right? Or the tins, right? They finish a tin of beans or peas or whatever, and they just chuck it in the recycle with the paper on it, the sauce and everything and that. Councils open that up and they think, oh, we can't do that, it's contaminated with shampoos, it's contaminated with washing liquid, it's whatever, right? So they put it to landfill. And all of that plastic. And you think about that, not just in 1 year, what about 10 years, 20 years? Millions and trillions of plastic waste in Mother Earth. But also, because it's a chemical, why would you want plastic near your scalp, right? It's going to damage the hair follicles. It's going to definitely tug at your hair and cause you split ends. You're going to end up paying more at the hairdresser, right? And it's going to leave your hair feeling dull or looking dull. Also, how many people use shop-bought shampoos such as Pantene, L'Oreal, that kind of shampoo? They just go into a supermarket and just grab a shampoo. How many of us use that? Hello, Hayley. Thank you for the roses. Yep. Paraben sulfate shampoo. Yep. You know, if you go into Boots, the chemist, any high street shop, supermarket, right? The shampoos may be cheap, right? And you might think, I used to think Pantene, years and years ago, I used to think Pantene Pro V, you could never get a better shampoo. Left my hair really shiny and soft. And then my hair started falling out. And I thought, something's not right here. And then I tried L'Oreal and the same thing happened. So I did a little bit of research. And plus I got an itchy scalp. That was a huge warning sign to me because I am chemical sensitive. So I thought, okay, itchy scalp is one of my sensitivity signs, i.e. the red flag. So I decided to look at the ingredients. Nearly all shop-bought shampoos and conditioners have got parabens or sulfate in them. Some of them even have metals in them and plastics, right? Some of them have like a glue type plastic to thicken the shampoo, right? All of those have no natural goodness for your hair. Quite the reverse. What they do is they leave product on your hair follicle. And every time you wash and condition your hair, Your hair may be soft, but it's actually smothering your hair follicle, and your hair follicles die. When the hair follicle actually dies, because it's not getting any nutrients, it's not getting air, etc., hair falls out. Hence why you get more hair on your brush or down your plug hole than you do on your hair, and you start getting thinning hair. So what can we do about it? We can throw away our plastic and metal hairbrushes, and we can trade them in for boar hair brush with the nylon rather than the plastic. Make sure the pin's on a boar hair brush if you've got long hair. Short hair, you can buy the boar hair. The boar hair is the black. I don't know if you can just see this. The boar hair is the black bristles at the bottom here, and they've got minute little yellow ends to them. And I'm going to tell you the reason for that just shortly. And if you've got short hair, just get the boar hair with just the black with the yellow tips. You don't need the nylon long pins. If, like me, you have got really, really long hair, to help detangle, make sure it has the nylon pins, and I don't know if you can see, but they've got little balls, nylon balls at the top, right? Now, if those nylon balls either wear and tear, you need a new brush, right? Because when these nylon balls break off or wear and tear, the nylon ends are quite sharp, and they can actually start tugging your hair. How many mums have got little girls with long hair, and the minute you take a brush to their hair, they run for the hills, right? Because mum's going to tug their hair. Guaranteed, you brush your child's hair with a boar hair brush, they're going to love you forever, right? Because you're not going to. This is not going to tug or tangle your hair. The nylon bristles will detangle the hair. And what these little bristles do here, the reason they've got little yellow tips on them is because boar hair boars have got the most immaculate conditioned skin, and it's to do with the little yellow tips on their hair. Those little yellow tips gather and maintain oil. Every one of us have got our own free conditioner in our hair, right? Ultimately, we really don't need conditioner. We've got conditioner on our scalp, right? This is where boar hair comes into its own. The boar hairs use the little yellow tips, and every time you brush your hair from the scalp down, those little bristles gather your natural oils that are on your scalp. That's unique to you for your own individual hair type, right? So what that does, every time you brush your hair, these bristles store that conditioner or that oil in the bristles. So every time you brush, you're conditioning your hair. You're taking the oils from your head all the way down to the tips of your hair, and you're going to have better conditioned hair. So how did the boar hairbrush come about, and is it a new thing? No. Back in Victorian ages, there was no shampoos, there was no conditioners, there was just water and boar hairbrush. Victorian ladies already knew that they had natural oil in their hair, and they used it almost like a shampoo. You may have heard some people say that they wash their hair once a week because it miraculously washes itself. It's not that it washes itself, it's just that when the Victorian ladies washed their hair, the oils washed their hair and conditioned it, right? The water took away all the excess dirt, etc. But then they would use the boar hairbrush and their natural oils to condition and wash their hair, literally. Now, every time you look at Victorian photos, the ladies would have long, strong, shiny hair. Some grew their hair down to their feet, right? Many modern ladies can't grow their hair down to their feet because they're using these chemical shampoos which break their hair. So every maybe 3 to 6 months they're going to the hairdressers and they're getting their split ends chopped off, right? So their hair's not getting a chance to grow, and it's certainly not getting proper nutrients. Yep, it's in toothpaste too. Yep, it's sulfates, parabens, etc. It's in our toothpaste as well. They put stuff in our toothpaste, right, that dentists say you need for your teeth benefit. You don't, right? You certainly don't get benefit from the stuff that's in the toothpaste, right? Dentists will often tell you to use fluoride toothpaste because fluoride's good for your teeth. Of course they'd say that, right? Again, fluoride's a chemical. And what it actually does over time is erode the enamel on your teeth. So your teeth start to erode, right? And the dentist says, oh, you've got to brush your teeth. You've got to remember to brush your teeth, right? That's why you've got tooth decay. You got to brush your teeth, right? Oh, what toothpaste will I use? Oh, you have to use fluoride. You have to use fluoride. Of course they're going to say that. Fluoride strips away the enamel. When the enamel strips away, who do you call? The dentist. The dentist is quids in, right? Councils put fluoride in our water as well. So drinking spring water rather than tap water is maybe a good idea. There's chemicals in our water system. So natural spring water is so much better for you than tap water. But yeah, anything, check your labels, folks. If it's got fluoride, if it's got parabens and sulfates or any type of plastics, it's going to ruin your hair. So you might be saying, well, why do they put sulfates and parabens in the shampoos if it's bad for your hair? What does it do to the hair? Nothing. They use parabens and sulfates to prolong, it's a preservative. It prolongs the shelf life of the product so that shampoo can stay on the shelf for longer. It has no nutritional value to hair whatsoever. So using a paraben and sulfate-free shampoo is going to strip away all of the, if you've been using normal shampoos, it's going to strip away all of the parabens and sulfates that's blocking your hair follicles, and eventually they will wash away, right? My hair started growing again when I stopped using paraben and sulfate shampoos. And when I chucked away my plastic and my metal hairbrushes. A boar hairbrush, if you look after it, will last years. My last one, I've just replaced my one, and I had my last one for 8.5 years. Mine lasted about 8.5 years before I had to replace my boar hair brush. So how do you clean a boar hair brush? Now the one that I got came with a comb. So this one is, you get it on Amazon, and it's only £8.50 on Amazon, in the UK Amazon. Looks and Styles by Sassoon Brush. Excuse the state of the box, my parrots love to chew cardboard. But in the box, it was beautiful because it said, you know, Sassoon, let me just take this out. Sassoon have beautiful boxes, right? A delicate boar bristle brush needs to be polished, cleaned, implemented and packaged, and dozens of processes to make 540 hours of quenching. Sassoon always finishes the spirit of handmade, vigorous process. So these brushes are handmade, not machine made, and produced a high quality, durable hairbrush. And then inside the box, it has a little message as well. All of our products have a 1-year warranty. Please contact us immediately if you get a second-hand or defective item. We will make sure that to set things right. What I love about Sassoon is when I got this box, it had a little seal on the box, and it says if the seal is broken, don't use it. Send it back, and they'll get a replacement. Now in that box, they do give you elastic bands. Please don't use these. Chuck them away. They are no good for your hair. How many people use elastic bands in their child or in their hair to put little ponytails in? Right? Elastic bands are going to tug and at your hair when you're trying to get them out. It's going to knot your hair, and it's going to end up with split ends. Right? You're going to break your hair. So even though that came with them, this is going to be recycled because I will not use rubber bands on my hair. That's the only downside to it. They do give you a plastic comb, but I do not use this on my hair. So what do I use the plastic comb for? I use the plastic comb to brush through your boar hair. When you're brushing your boar hair, to take any hair out of it, and there's very little, you're going to go, let me just put it this way, you're going to slide it up one way, like so. So just going right the way from the base all the way through, and then down again, and then you're going to go across the way, so that you're getting all of the hair in all of the bristles. Do that every time that you use your hair. It's going to take away any hair from those bristles. This comb is rounded as well, so it's not going to harm the delicate bristles of your brush. And of course you can use the tip to just divide your hair if you wanted to. I tend to just use my fingernails. I've got long nails. I just tend to use my fingernails to divide my hair. So, what if your hairbrush needs cleaned? How do you clean it? What I tend to do is I get a little bit of tea tree oil, and I put a couple of drops of tea tree oil on the brush. And I just take my fingers and I just rub the tea tree oil through the brush with a tiny bit of water. So I'm just going to rub it through the brush, maybe once or twice, maybe once a month, maybe once 2 months, just do a clean. Rinse it under the tap, and then when you're drying the brush, do not lie the brush this way, right, when you're drying it. Because remember, this is real boar hair, right? So the water is going to go into the wood and it's going to rot your wood. Right? You don't want that, right? You want to keep the wood good. So once you've washed your hair, brush with the water with a little bit of tea tree oil. Take maybe a dish towel or something and just lay the brush flat on the dish towel that way up. The water will run out of your hairbrush onto the towel and the bristles will dry naturally without rotting the wood. So that's how to maintain your boar hairbrush. I'm going to show you how to use the brush properly as well, because there is a knack to brushing your hair as well. So I will show you that. So boar hair brushing is a must for keeping long and healthy hair. Now you can eliminate hair straighteners the more that you use boar hair. I've got a natural kink in my hair, right? I've got a natural wave in my hair. My hair is clean, but it looks quite dull just now because I haven't brushed it. I've deliberately not brushed it, and I'm going to show you why when I get through to the brush. So we've talked about the brush, we've talked about paraben and sulfate shampoos, and going for paraben free and sulfate free shampoos. Also make sure there's no other chemicals in there, right? This should just be natural ingredients. If your hair has been damaged like mine was, what I like is I like to use this shampoo and conditioner. This one is the conditioner and it's by Waterman's, and they do the shampoo and conditioner together. It is paraben and sulfate free. It encourages hair growth, strengthens the hair follicles, contains natural DHT blockers, improves scalp circulation, increases hair density, and adds body and shine, right? And the conditioner encourages hair growth, revitalizes hair appearance, stronger looking hair, fuller and thicker looking hair, frizz control, and added body and shine. Alright, that's the ones I use. Sometimes there's another brand that's really, really good, and you get these on Amazon, and they're cheap as chips. They might be a little bit more expensive than your shop bought, but I would rather pay more and keep my hair than pay less and lose my hair. That's about the size of it. But I like these for the fact that when I used sulfate and parabens, it really did thin my hair out, and I lost a lot of hair. So I wanted to regrow it. So I've been using these. If I don't get these in stock, the other one that I highly recommend on Amazon, and it's a brand called Floret, F-L-O-R-E-T, Floret, no, so F-O-R-E-T, Floret. I will put links on my new group. I have got a new group on Facebook. The link for the new group, which is Spiritual Health and Well-Being, is now linked on my website. It opened today. This video will be shared in that group. If TikTok allows me to download it, because TikTok's been funny with downloads just now. It's either not downloading them or it's only downloading half the video, so I'm hoping it's going to download this one. So I will link all the products that I use and I know work, including these two and the Forets, and of course the hairbrush. So I've got my shampoos and conditioners, and I've got my boar hairbrush. Is that all I use for my hair? Nope. I like to feed my hair from the inside out as well. But I also like to feed my hair, skin and nails. So I found these on Amazon, and I've been using green tea for a few years now. And I used to use Avira green teas until I found this one, and found that this one is very similar to Avira, but it's got a hell of a lot more milligrams of green tea in it than the Avira ones. And you get a lot more capsules as well. You get 120 capsules, right? So depending on whether you take 1 capsule a day or 2 capsules a day, if you take 2 capsules a day, this is going to last you 2 months. Right, 2 months if you use 2 capsules a day, one in the morning and once at night. Right, green tea has over 200 health benefits for hair, digestion, skin, nails, you name it. Right, if you've got bloating, you need weight loss, that kind of thing, green tea has it all. Right, you got sensitive skin, green allergies, green tea is going to help that. I will do a separate live one Wednesday on green tea, but I use my green tea every day, right? Because that's an overall health boost, but it's good for hair, skin and nails. And again, cheap as chips is under a tenner, under £10 for 2 months supply if you use 2, or 4 months supply if you only use 1 a day. Right, for under a tenner a month, you can't go wrong. Whereas the Avira one was a lot more expensive, and it didn't have as much green tea in it. The other supplement that I use, again I found this one on Amazon, and it's a natural one, is biotin. Biotin has been well known for strong hair, skin and nails. Right, it's found in our hair, skin and nail cells, so we need more biotin. And this one contributes to maintenance of normal skin and hair, and it's vegan friendly. So if you're vegan, you can use these. What I like about it, you get 400 capsules, 400 little capsules in this, and they are tiny. I don't know if you can see that. Oops, don't want to drop them all, but I don't know if you can see that, but these are, that's how small they are. They're just tiny little, so they're easy swallowed, which I like. I don't like horse pills. 1 a day. That's 400 days worth of biotin for your hair, skin and nails. So you're using paraben and sulfate shampoos. You're using boar hair brushes to condition and keep your hair extra clean as well. And I use the biotin and the green tea. That's it. That's my hair care in a nutshell. And I won't trade it for anything else. What about hair accessories then? Right? As ladies always like hair accessories, right? So I've got a couple of do's and don'ts accessories here. So we've already spoke about how bad elastic bands are for your hair, right? If you've got elastic bands, they're going to tug and ruin your hair. No, they're not caffeinated. I don't think they've got the caffeine in them. Let me have a look. Um, oh yeah, this one has some it's got the healthy caffeine in it. It has got caffeine in it, but it doesn't have a lot of caffeine. This green tea is made by it has green tea stem cells. If you use green tea from health food shops, they use the green tea leaf. They don't use the green tea extract. They use the leaf of the green tea. There is very little nutrition in the green tea plant leaf. That's why health food shops harvest the leaf, because they can get a lot more from the leaf, even if most of it's kind of like not very nutritious. But they can harvest more of it, but charge you more for it as well, right? Whereas the green tea extract is the most what's the stronger end of the plant. That's the words I'm trying to say. You're going to get more green tea from it. Japan, China, right? Especially in Japan, they have tea houses, right? Look at the Japanese women. Their skin is immaculate. Their health is immaculate. And you might think it's all to do with the fact that they eat a lot of fish and they eat a lot of veg and stuff like that, and herbs, etc. But it's not just that they use green tea. They drink green tea by the bucket. And research shows that green tea, stem cell green tea, has more nutritional benefit for you than the leaf of the green tea plant. For one of these capsules of the green tea, you would have to drink 25 cups of herbal green tea from the health shops. So that's 25 cups of green tea to one of these capsules of green tea. Go figure, right? You're going to go through more of the health food shop and you're not going to get the same benefit. My skin, I'm 58, and part of the reason why I'm so healthy and hardly ever get sick, green tea. 200 health benefits, you can't go wrong with it. There is caffeine in it, but it's not enough caffeine that's going to give you a buzz. So obviously, if you've got allergies to caffeine, I wouldn't advise drinking it if you've got allergies to caffeine. But if you've not got allergies to caffeine and you're thinking, oh, it's got caffeine, I'm going to get that caffeine hype, right? When you drink Starbucks coffee, right? You're buzzing all day, right? You're basically like Superwoman. You're not going to get that with this green tea. The caffeine isn't that strong, to be fair. So I'm just going to see if I can... My hands are never good at getting these open. Give me a second to like get my little tool here just to help get this open. This is a brand new one, so it's pretty stiff to open, especially when you've got long nails, because I wanted to show you what the capsules look like. There we are. Okay, let me get the top off this and then we can show you what these capsules look like, because I know some people don't like swallowing tablets as well. But with green tea, if you don't like the capsules, split the capsules and then just simply pour it into a cup of water. Now the green tea capsules are quite, well, they're not, I've seen bigger, That's about the size of the green tea. But if you look closely, they have got a little split in them. So you can split that, pour it into a cup of water, dissolve it and take it that way. But I take 2 of these a day because I do like my green tea, but you can take 1 if you want. The Avira ones that I used to drink, they were nice because they dissolved in water and they had all different flavours, right? But they were expensive. For a month's supply of their green tea, it was something like 70, no, was it 70? No, the green tea was £60 a month, which I thought was crazy for the green tea stem cell. But this one is under, I think it's under £10 for double the strength. Just goes to show you some of these private companies. Charge an arm and a leg. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jodie. Good evening, Julie. We're just talking about hair care. Janae's writing all that down. Is that hair colour safe? I don't really use hair colour. This is my natural grey colour. Don't use hair colour. I just use, all the products that I'm using are natural. I used to dye my hair, but dyeing your hair is so bad for your hair. So I now embrace my grey. This is my natural colour. But it's so bad for you. The only products that I use for my hair at the minute is the Waterman's Grow Me, just because in the past paraben and sulfates had totally ruined my hair with the parabens and sulfates. So I like these 2 shampoo and conditioner just because it's got no parabens, no sulfates. It's vegan friendly and it helps to get rid of all the build up that those nasty shampoos and conditioners in the past have caused, because they just block your hair follicles, and that's why you get so much hair fallout. Parabens and sulfates are only preservatives. They only put them in the products to preserve the shelf life of the product. It has no nutrition for your hair, and because it's a chemical, it strips your hair of all its goodness. It leaves build up on the follicles. Those follicles get smothered, and when they get smothered, they die. When your hair follicles die, your hair falls out. And you will notice when your hair falls out, when you brush your hair, and there's more hair in the brush or down the plug hole than there is on your head. So just a simple, normal plastic hairband. Safe or unsafe for your styling, for styling your hair. What do we all think? Safe or unsafe? Just plastic. Even has the little plastic clips to hold your hair in place. What do we all think? Good for your hair or bad for your hair? Good evening everyone. So what's everybody's thoughts? Okay, everyone's saying safe. It's plastic. Right, it's got the little plastic combs here. And if you caught the beginning of this video, plastic has chemicals in it. So if you imagine you're putting your plastic hairbrush on, a hairband on, you're using the comb, you're digging that plastic comb into the scalp. Right? Yes, it's holding your hair in place, but you're going to hold that plastic, you're going to be wearing that plastic in your hair all day. That's chemicals on your hair. I would rather try and avoid it. So what else can you use instead of plastic? If you're going to use plastic hairbands, I like the ones that have got the, it's almost like a soft suede inside, and that does the same thing. It holds your hair in place like so. Your hair's not going to fall out anywhere. It's not going to dig into your hair like the plastic one. It feels so light and comfy, and the plastic inside this or the nylon inside this is covered with the fabric. So it has satin on the outside and suede on the inside, and the suede is far better and kinder on your hair than using a plastic comb that's going to dig into those hair follicles and it's going to strip the oils out of your hair follicle. The other type that you can use is just stretchy normal hairbands. Just stretchy ones. They're so soft, and you can just put your hair back just the same way, but without damaging your hair. Right? It's not going to grab your hair, it's not holding your hair. You can easily slide it in and out of your hair without any hair getting pulled off it. Same with your hair ties. If you use plastic bands or rubber bands or one of these elastic ones that have got the little shiny bits in it, right? When you pull the elastic band, stretch it to put your ponytail in, yeah, it stretches, right? And then it grabs onto the hair and keeps your ponytail in place. But when you come to take your ponytail out, it's going to catch on your hair. So you're trying to unravel the elastic, and it's just pulling on your hair is going to cause you split ends. Far better to use, if you're going to use a plastic, a hair tie or hair bobble as we call them, use an elastic one that is covered with fabric, whether it's silk or cloth, right? So that when you're stretching it, it's just going to slide out of your hair. So if I'm putting this, for example, in my hair to make a little bobble, it's just fabric. So I can, because I'm just using a bit, I'm going to double that. Let's double it up just for quickness. So I've got my little piece of hair. It's not brushed, but I haven't brushed my hair because I'm going to be showing you how to bob hairbrush. So you take your little hair tie, just out of quickness, and then when you come to take it out, it slides out. Doesn't grab your hair, it just slides out your hair. So far better to use a hair bobble that is covered in fabric than to use either elastic bands or those stretchy gold threaded elastic bands, right? They're so harsh on your hair. They grasp your hair and they keep it in place for longer, but when it comes to taking it out, it's a nightmare, and it's going to rip your hair. It's going to break your hair follicles. Also, when you're brushing your hair, never brush your hair wet. Your hair is weakest when it's wet, right? So when you wash and shampoo your hair, let it dry and then brush it. right? If you wet your hair and then brush it, it's going to break the hair, all right? The only exception is if you're using a boar hair brush. You can brush your hair wet or dry with a boar hair, just because the boar hair brushes are a lot softer and kinder to your hair. You'll also find that you don't have to use straighteners when you use a boar hair brush, right? Because boar hair brushes condition your hair, anti-frizzes your hair. If you suffer from frizz on your hair, right, chances are you're using parabens or sulfates, or you're using plastic or metal brushes and combs, right? Add humidity to that, you're going to get frizz, right? The parabens and sulfate as well will leave your hair kind of dull. And that's why a lot of people will wash their hair and condition it, and then they'll go for like hair oils to get that shine. If you want the shine, use a paraben and sulfate free shampoo and a boar hair brush. And I'm going to show you how to correctly brush your hair with a boar hair brush. So, now that we've talked about the products, I am going to put this video onto my new health and spiritual health and beauty Facebook page. The link is now on my website here on TikTok. So if you go to my bio, I've got a clickable website. Click on that, scroll left, and it's got all my social media links. If you click on the new Facebook, it's the Mystic Witch Spiritual Health, Natural Health and Beauty. This video will be on there so that you can watch this anytime if you've missed any bits. So let's just assume you've used a paraben and sulfate free shampoo to wash your hair and condition your hair, right? So, and you've dried it, or you've let it dry naturally. Blow drying your hair as well can dry out your hair. I never blow dry my hair now, and I never use straighteners. Just shampoo, conditioner, the vitamins and minerals that I've mentioned, and my boar hair brush. And then the accessories that I use are the cloth or fabric covered hairbands and the baubles. So, how many of us start brushing our hair from the top to the bottom? How many do that? So they get the hairbrush and they start from here and they brush to the bottom. How many people actually brush their hair that way? Hello, Stephanie. Okay, so Jenny brushes her hair from the top to the bottom. Does anyone else brush their hair? They take their brush and they brush their hair from the top to the bottom. When you take your hair brush and you know, especially if you've just washed it and you've conditioned it, right? Chances are you're going to get a few tugs, etc., right? So let's say, I'm just going to take a section of hair. So at my hair, I'm just assuming, you know, let's just assume I've just come out the shower, I've let my hair naturally dry, and I'm going to brush my hair. Good evening, Hannah. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah. It's a natural thing. Oh, I've got long hair, so I'm going to brush my hair from top to bottom, right? But tell you why you shouldn't do that. Think about your brush, right? As you brush your hair, you get down from the bottom, right, from top to bottom, you get to here and there's a tug, right? So you're trying to really, really untangle that. So that tug then hits the next tug, hits the next tug, hits the next tug, and you find your hair is more tuggy at the bottom, right? So if you've got 1, 2, 3 or 4 tugs in your hair and you're brushing your hair down, it's going to push that top tug down to the bottom. Then it's going to do those 2 tugs down to the bottom again, then down to the bottom again, and you're going to have a heck of a lot of time, you know. And how many people get the plastic comb then, and they're like, right, okay, I've got a massive tug at the bottom here, right? Because you've collected all the tugs all the way down the hair stem, right? So they get the comb and they're like, ee, right? And they're just hacking away at this knot, and they're trying to get the knot away. Split ends. Straight away, split ends. Right? Because you're just hacking at those tugs. How do you avoid that? Right? Especially if you've got young girls with hair. Long hair. Yeah. If you've got natural curls or you've got natural hair. My granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter has like the most afro curly hair. And she used to use the plastic and hairbrushes, and I bought her first bow hairbrush. She thought she had died and gone to heaven. Right, so if you've got excess, you know, this is great for curly or straight hair, right? And you're going to notice, I mean, I've got a few tugs in my hair just now, just because I deliberately did not brush my hair. I've been out, obviously I brushed it this morning, but I've been out taking my son back home today. He has autism, so I usually take him to the next town and he gets his bus. And it's been kind of windy and stuff, and I usually come back and then I brush my hair. And I thought, no, I'm doing the hair demo, so I'm just going to let it, you know, let it be tangled for this demonstration. So let me show you how I get my tugs out using a bow hair brush. No tugs, no tears. So you take your bow hair brush. Paddle brushes are excellent for both curly and straight. Right, so if you get a paddle bow hair brush. If you've missed why bow hair brushes are better than plastic and metal, you can watch this back on my Facebook group, The Mystic Witch, Spiritual, Natural Health and Beauty. So I'm going to divide my hair into 2 sections. So I've got kind of half my hair this side and half my hair that side. Then I'm just going to take one section, take my bow hair brush, and I'm going to start at the bottom, right? Any tugs at the bottom will slip straight out. Your next tugs further up will then slip out. Next tugs further up will slip out, right? Because you're taking the bottom tugs out first. Then the next one, then the next one, then you're not coming down and you're not piling tug upon tug upon tug upon tug and ending up in a big knot at the bottom, right? So when you're brushing your hair, always start from the bottom up. So I would take my brush. Now this is how to bow hair brush. Yes, it takes longer, but the effects you won't see. As you can see, my hair's pretty dull. It's pretty kind of messy. It's not smooth. The hair follicles have been waved about in. And I can show you how you can get a straight look, or you can also get a more thicker look, and I'll show you how. So first thing I do is detangle. If you've got short hair, as I said earlier on, get a bow hair brush that doesn't have the nylon pins on them. Make sure that your bow hair has nylon pins if you've got long hair, not plastic. Right, it's so important that it says nylon, not plastic. You don't want plastic anywhere near your hair. So these nylon pins have also got the rounded ends. If they wear away, replace your hairbrush. But if you've got short hair, you don't need the ones with the nylon pins. You just need to get a boar hair brush with the black boar hairs. Because I've got long hair, I need the nylon pins to help to detangle the hair. And as the longer pins separate the hair, the shorter pins of the boar hair will then collect the oil from your scalp and condition your hair. So to detangle your hair, simply take your brush and you can just take as big or as small a section as you want. This is going to change your hair brushing for life, let me tell you. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to brush the bottom. And I'm just going to work my way up. And as you can see, look at that. It is just gliding down the hair shaft. No tugs. Can you see the shine developing in that? No tugs. So I'm just taking my time. Don't rush it, because you want the boar hair to go through every strand of hair. So again, I'm just going to brush it down. And brush it down. I'm just going to show you one section. The more you brush it, the more natural oil from your own scalp goes onto your hair and washes and conditions your hair. So there's one side and there's the other. So if I do this, you can see hardly any shine. But if I do it on this side, you've got a mirror shine right there. You can actually see the mirror shine, and that's just, and look how straight that side is compared to that side. The more that you brush it, but look how that easily goes through my hair from root to tip. So I'm slowly pulling it through, and it just glides like a knife through butter. And then I'm going to do the top and do the top again. The more you do it, look at that. No straighteners, just shiny, mirror, smooth out hair with the boar hair. Hello everyone. Come on in. Hello Louise. Yeah, and this will work with the most waviest hair. So I'm just gonna detangle all my hair, just in the same way. I'm starting at the bottom, and look how quickly you can do this, just by starting at the bottom and just sliding it down. So again, start at the bottom with the next section and work your way up. Like so. Okay. You're just pulling that through. I like to hold my hair taut once I've detangled it and just brush it through. The more you brush it, that's why they say the Victorian ladies used to brush their hair 100 times every morning. Why did they do that? Because a boar hair brush gathers your oils from your scalp and distributes them evenly throughout your hair to give you that shine. Your hair is super soft as well. So I'm going to show you how to get a smooth polka straight hair like that, or you can have it volumized just by using the brush in different ways. So I'm just going to go through my hair again, this side, bottom, middle, and leading up to the top. Bottom, middle, and leading up to the top. Always start at the bottom and work your way up to the top. And you can see, not a tug, not a tangle. The brush is just sliding through my hair. Once you get to the top, of course, you can go straight down. There's no tangles because you've already detangled it. So you just carry on, just brushing it down once you've detangled it all. So if you wanted a straight look, that's how you would do it. Now when you first get a brand new boar hair brush, and as you can see, there's hardly any hair came off that brush onto that brush, because the boar hair brush is so gentle on your hair that it just glides through that hair. Look at the shine on that. This is why I love boar hair brushes. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Yeah. And a lot of people don't expect it to work so well, but it does. So the first, say you've been using plastic and metal combs for many, many years and you get your first boar hair brush. You've got to remember, a brand new boar hair brush has no oils on the tips. You have to gather your own oil to begin with, right? So when you first get your boar hair brush, make sure you detangle from the bottom to the top first, right? Then you're going to gather your oil. So how do you do that? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to brush your hair back the way. Now, you have most of your natural oils is at the top of your forehead and at the nape of your neck. You gather more oil there and there. So this is where you're going to gather your oil on your brush the first time you ever get a boar hair brush. I bought this one to replace my other one. It is the Sassoon one, and it's only £8.50 on Amazon, and this one will last you about 8-9 years without having to replace a brush. And you're going to have the most healthy hair ever.